Did you know that in the Caribbean, known for its pristine beaches and lush green forests, there lies a desert? Yes, you heard it right. A desert, a place we typically associate with scorching heat, barren landscapes, and a scarcity of water. Quite a stark contrast to the general image we have of the Caribbean, isn't it? This desert is located in the Guajira Peninsula, which is part of Colombia. It's a place where the Caribbean Sea meets the Atlantic Ocean, a crossroads of sorts, yet it stands out as an anomaly. We usually envision the Caribbean as a tropical paradise, an area of the world where the sun perpetually shines on turquoise waters and verdant rainforests. But the Guajira Peninsula breaks this stereotype, presenting a landscape that is as beautiful as it is unexpected. A desert in the Caribbean might seem like an oxymoron. After all, how can a place known for its abundant rainfall and high humidity house an area that's defined by its lack of water? The answer to this question lies in the unique geographical and climatic conditions of the Guajira Peninsula. The peninsula is shielded from the rain-bearing trade winds by the surrounding mountains. This results in a rain shadow, an area that receives significantly less rainfall than the regions around it. The temperatures, on the other hand, can soar up to the mid-30s in Celsius during the day, with the sun baking the ground and creating a landscape that resembles the deserts we're more familiar with. The existence of this desert in the Caribbean is not just a geographical curiosity, but also a testament to the incredible diversity of our planet. It's a place where contrasting ecosystems coexist, where the lush rainforests give way to arid dunes, where the cool ocean breeze meets the hot desert winds. Indeed, the Caribbean holds more mysteries than just pirates and lost treasures. And one of its greatest mysteries is this desert, a place that defies our expectations and challenges our understanding of what the Caribbean is and can be. So, what makes the Guajira Peninsula a desert in the middle of a tropical paradise? Let's dive in and unravel this intriguing geographical conundrum. The Guajira Peninsula, located on the north coast of Colombia and extending into Venezuela, is a unique desert region situated smack dab in the Caribbean, a region otherwise known for its lush tropical landscapes and crystal-clear beaches. But how did a desert end up here, you may wonder? The answer lies in the peninsula's geographical location and a fascinating phenomenon called the rain shadow effect. The Andes mountain range, one of the world's longest mountain ranges, stretches along the west coast of South America. Its towering peaks act as a formidable barrier, blocking the moisture-laden trade winds from the Atlantic Ocean. When these winds, heavy with moisture, hit the mountain range, they rise, cool, and condense, causing rainfall on the windward side of the mountains. This is where you'll find the lush, green landscapes typical of the Caribbean. But what about the other side, you ask? Well, by the time these winds cross over the mountains, they've lost most of their moisture. This leads to arid conditions on the leeward side, which is where our Guajira Peninsula is located. These dry winds, coupled with the intense equatorial sun, create an environment where very little vegetation can survive. Over time, the lack of rain and the relentless heat have transformed this part of the Caribbean into a desert. It's a stark contrast to the rest of the region, with its sandy dunes and cacti standing in place of palm trees and tropical flora. And there you have it. The Guajira Peninsula is a desert not because of some mystical force or ancient curse, but due to the simple, yet powerful forces of geography. The Andes mountain range and the rain shadow effect it creates are responsible for this desert's existence in an otherwise tropical paradise. Thus, it isn't magic or a curse, but geography that has created a desert in the Caribbean. But what does having a desert mean for the Caribbean islands? This isn't a question you'd expect to ask about a region known for its tropical beaches and lush rainforests. But the presence of a desert in the Caribbean has profound effects on the local communities and the biodiversity of the region. Take the Wayuu people, for instance. Living in the desert has shaped their culture in ways you might not anticipate. They've adapted to the harsh conditions, developing unique skills and knowledge that allow them to thrive in an environment where others might struggle. They've learned how to find water in the most unlikely places, how to use the plants and animals of the desert for food, medicine, and shelter. Their stories, their art, their way of life all bear the mark of the desert's influence. The biodiversity of the region is another story altogether. The desert isn't just a barren wasteland. On the contrary, it's a thriving ecosystem, home to a variety of unique species that you won't find anywhere else. The harsh conditions of the desert have led to the evolution of plants and animals that are perfectly adapted to this environment. Some plants, for example, have developed deep root systems to reach underground water sources, while others have small, thick leaves to reduce water loss. And let's not forget the wildlife. From the desert iguana to the burrowing owl, the creatures of the Caribbean desert have developed fascinating adaptations to survive. They've become masters of conservation, able to go for long periods without water, and have developed behaviors to avoid the intense heat of the desert sun. The desert, therefore, isn't just a geographical anomaly, it's an integral part of the Caribbean's natural and cultural landscape. It's a testament to the resilience of nature and the adaptability of human cultures. It's a place of survival and endurance, but also of beauty and diversity. It's a reminder that even in the most unlikely places, life finds a way. The desert, therefore, isn't just a geographical anomaly, it's an integral part of the Caribbean's natural and cultural landscape. So let's quickly recap what we've learned about the Caribbean desert. Located in the southern parts of the Bonaire Island in the Caribbean is a unique geographical feature that stands out from the typical Caribbean landscape: a desert. Yes, you heard right, a desert in the Caribbean. This is not your typical sandy beach, but rather a vast expanse of arid land known as the Washington Slagby National Park. This desert owes its existence to the combination of geographical and climatic factors. Bonaire Island sits in the rain shadow of the Venezuelan Andes, which means most of the rain clouds are blocked by the mountains, leaving the southern parts of the island dry. The trade winds that blow across this region further contribute to the aridity by blowing away any moisture that attempts to settle. But what's even more fascinating is how this desert interacts with the local communities and biodiversity. Far from being a barren wasteland, the Caribbean desert is home to an array of unique plants and animals that have adapted to the harsh conditions. These include the Bonaire whiptail lizard, the Bonaire banded box jellyfish, and a variety of cacti and other succulents. The desert also has significant cultural and economic value. For centuries, local communities have relied on it for salt production, a major driver of the island's economy. Today, it attracts visitors from around the world who come to marvel at its unique beauty and biodiversity. So in essence, the Caribbean desert is not just a geographical anomaly, but a testament to the resilience of nature and the adaptability of life. It's a vibrant ecosystem that supports both human and wildlife populations and a significant contributor to the local economy. And that, my friends, is the story of the Caribbean desert. A desert that defies the stereotype of the Caribbean as just a tropical paradise, showcasing the diversity and beauty of our planet in its own unique way. So next time you think of the Caribbean, remember, it's not just about sandy beaches and blue waters, but also a fascinating desert.